I let that run just a little bit extra then, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right, mate. Morning. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Not bad at all. Markets are moving quite nicely. That GJ at the end didn't hit.
No.
So obviously, a lot of the drawdown, took a little bit of drawdown, came back up, couldn't break above these highs, and then obviously instead of continuing, it just basically failed, and that's where I got out. To be fair, it looks like it's actually holding right now, but the markets are moving nicely. The markets are moving really nicely. If we put on and have a look at what pound and euro doing, we're having a nice little retracement. So this is the trade that I've just got in, well, just before the session. It's nearly at take profit.
Nice. 3R.
But I do think we're going to pop up. I don't know. We're going to see what's going to happen. But markets are looking nicely. EU, that's also, come to the EMAs. I wouldn't be surprised if we come to this area of demand, which would come back down to that 200 EMA, which would be a very, very nice trade. But morning, mate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you, Wilski, just go through all of your stuff, and I'm just going to put this on the Instagram and stuff like that.
Cool, man.
Got to get yourself a Twitter as well, bro.
I'm have to. Yeah.
You're gonna have to, mate. Especially if you're gonna be
for sure
big influencer.
Yeah. All right. So EU, start with that. Weekly time frame. We're making new yearly highs right now. So as far as that move goes to the highs, it's done. So what I'm looking at is, for me, because I'm higher time frame, we're at the highs, I'm waiting for a pullback on the higher time frames to get continuations. One thing I'm looking at the minute is, when you're taking out such higher time frame levels, you can expect to a degree a bit more of a pullback. You took out some key liquidity, so sales today might be on. Obviously, we do have Fed rate later today, so I would be very careful before getting in. Now is fine, but getting in like NYSE, you may see some weird movement. But really getting in, scalps for sales this morning look like they're the move on EU for sure. I am eyeing up on the higher time frames, probably around 120 as the overall higher time frame, but we do have this high here around 119 that I'm looking at as the next target for me. So I'm still very bullish on EU, even though we've just been pushing up all year. It looks like it is going to continue for the minute with the dollar weakness. And then as for GU's interesting one as well. So as for GU, I am looking at seeing what we do here, because we have come in on the weekly time frame. We've had a nice push, took out previous weekly high. We are sitting within more of a daily area of liquidity that I spoke about yesterday. So we've entered that, not quite took out the full high. We are seeing a nice pullback off that at the minute. So yeah, definitely I would be expecting on GU probably to see at least a daily fill here, back at like 1.36200, and then seeing within the next day or two, are we going to see the weeklies close strong? Because if we do, I can see next week, that's where I'm going to be getting involved, looking for them buys back to the highs of the year. So in GU, we're lagging a little bit behind EU. You can see the euro is quite strong at the minute, whereas the pound is not quite as strong as the euro, but I think, against the dollar, it's still looking very strong, and we are breaking out of this consolidation on the daily time frame. So I would be looking at buys, just seeing now we've broken this range, looking for a pullback and continuation for next week, really. And that's my analysis. I'm not sure about DXY if we have a look at that as well. DXY,
I reckon that's
is looking good. Yeah, we are looking like we're going to test these pretty lows. Yeah, you can see that big rejection last Thursday kind of set the intention for price to start dropping further. So I'm liking the dollar continuing down for the minute, I think, Alex. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, mate. Oh, God, did I just literally... My TP hit by a pip and it's now pushing up. That's annoying.
Oh, I didn't hit. Missed a bit.
Missed it by a pip, but I think it was still coming. Yeah, I think dollar's going to push up a little bit more,
Yeah.
especially after that nice impulsive leg. I would say like at least like that 50 fib retracement. Even let's say if it's going to push down more, just a little bit of a retracement to a 50 fib.
Yeah, nice.
That's just literally on the bottom of that wick.
You know when it gets so close, you're just like,
oh mate, isn't it? Isn't it?
It's so annoying.
That is so annoying.
Yeah. Sometimes what I do on the higher time frames is I usually move my stop, my TP a little bit, like 5 pips within where the high or low would be, because I'm trading such higher time frame areas. I want to make sure that I'm getting taken out.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it just hovers around that area for so long.
Yeah, man. If I show you right now where the TP was, pretty annoying.
Yeah, ridiculously close.
But I do think, let's have a look at the Dixie. The Dixie looks like it's come back into this area of demand. The only thing is we're coming up to an interesting bit of resistance, which is that 1 hour EMA, which it hasn't touched for a minute right now. So I don't know. Then again, you know how I like all of these areas to get filled, all of this like gap in price. I do think we're going to get a continuation higher, maybe for that retracement, maybe to come into that EMA. But it is difficult. On every other time frame, we'd be looking for some type of retracement. So I think today we should really be long dollar, to be honest. When's the inflation news out?
We have pound inflation this morning, I think.
Fed interest rate decision. They're looking at 25 basis points cut. Let's see what they do.
I do think, to an extent, if it's going to come out, it's been priced in already.
Probably, yeah, probably. Yeah, I think we've had enough time traders have had enough time and to position themselves accordingly, to be fair. Let's have a look at all of this. EU though, just look at that, man. Absolutely nuts. Even
from your move on earlier in the week, that's just gone. Like that really early Monday trade or whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah.
That would still be in play.
Oh, let's not look at that. I'm going to turn this bloody thing off. But the way that is as well, if we just take off all of these markings, it's just super nice price action. You got the break, the retests on the EMAs and just hugging it. But now it's kind of coming like disbanding away from those EMAs. We're looking to come back to its average price. So
yeah,
I'm not surprised why we're getting a little bit of a move back. Also on the pound, we've got a really, really nice area. Nice area here. That's coming in around this 50 fib and this EMA. So don't know, man. Could be in for a treat. Let's see what happens. See if we can get into any trades. Maybe a trade on EU short could be one as well, something like that. Let's see if we can get like a retracement in.
See, that's what I'm looking at on the lower, like during these sessions now, as I'm coming on the lives and stuff. I'm trying to understand what we do between around 8 for me, the UK time, 8 to 9:30 within this hour period to try and look for positions.
Yeah,
or that, which is going to usually be like a nice rundown, a pullback, and continuation for the most part.
Yeah,
that's what I'll be looking for. So just trying to understand live price at the minute on the lower time frames.
Yeah, and it's quite nice with something like this as well, because it's all basically the same. You probably trade roughly break, retest, continuations off levels and things like that. It's pretty much all the same. The nice thing about this Euro move is that if it does retest, you've got all the EMAs that are slowly coming down. you got the 50 fib, and you've got the bottom of that Asian session. So those are quite a lot of different confluences if that move was going to happen. But at the moment, it's just not really giving that retracement, to be fair. That should have hit.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe we can. I'm just gonna wait for that EU, see if that comes in.
Yeah, do you go break even at all on your positions?
I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. I shouldn't break even. Every time I break even, I get out of good positions. My strategy, the way that I trade, works the best when I just set and forget.
Oh yeah, that's what I prefer to do as well.
Set and forget all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do break even all the time, and it messes with your head a little bit, because if it does run after it taps you out, man,
you know, one way of me noticing if I'm too heavy in a trade is if I try and like manage it and put it onto break even. If I'm starting to feel the need to put it into break even, or I feel the need that I want to close it early, it shows me that I'm just too heavy in the trade. If I don't, then you know I'm positioned correctly.
Yeah, a lot of people go break even just because they want to be safe in that position. But if you've tested it out and it is genuinely better to go break even, fair enough. Like you should do that because it's better for your strategy. But otherwise, you just gotta see it out.
For the good or for the bad as well. You can have like a couple of trades, you know, that you're in good profits and then they come back. But over the span of all of your trading, for me, tends to be a lot better for me not to play with them. Gold, I wouldn't. Yeah, gold just looks long as fucking anything, man. Like it's coming back to retest these prior highs pre-break, and you know it's already washed out all of these areas. So it's washed out that area from last session. I wouldn't be surprised if we find some support and then start doing these things. But the thing is, because we've got this interest rate decision, we could just range and do fuck all the whole day. How many times has that happened? We've had a nice open, and then suddenly, because we've got big news, we've ranged and done nothing all day. So that could also happen, to be fair. Mate, this isn't the fivers, okay? We can do what we want on this. We can swear. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about here. We're not chained to doing certain things like you lot over there. Talking to Jonathan.
What's up, everyone? Though there's quite a few people in there today. Getting active.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I got 12 people. We tend to get more people towards the end, to be fair, but that's because people are still waking up.
Exactly.
How's your evaluation going?
So I brought a challenge last week. Gone for the big boy 200k, and
I thought so, man. Yeah. I was like, hold on a second.
I've gone for the big one.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't clock on. I was like, no, it must be a bug or something. But you actually went and got the 200, the big 200, huh?
I did, yeah. I've just got to the point at which I don't want to do small challenges, like especially anything under 100k. I don't really think it's worth it at this point.
Not now. I agree with you. I'd only go for 200 challenge.
In my head, if I have to do two separate 100ks, then it's just double the amount of trading. So because I take it slowly as well, for me, there's no rush. So I took a trade on that account yet, to be honest. I'm still waiting. Yeah. So it's going to be my goal is to get funded with Funding Rock and get a payout before the end of the year. So if I can do that, I've done well.
I was hoping a little bit earlier than that.
I'm putting a massive deal up, so now I'm hoping wins are coming in soon, so I can get them wins quick.
I was hoping at the end of the month. Denzel got it in like less than 3 weeks. He's waiting for his payout now.
Rapid.
Funded in less than 3 weeks. I was like, don't let that put pressure on you, yeah? But I was just like, he's 30, man. Denzel knows how to trade.
Definitely. Quite a big payout as well, like considering the account size he's got 3-4% payout.
Oh yeah, no, he's pretty aggressive, man.
Yeah,
he is pretty aggressive, but I like that because I'm super aggressive with prop firm accounts. So
Nice.
let's have a look. This is what we're going to go into. Alex, I'm on DYI. DY. Oh, what's DY in?
I don't know.
A perfect setup, and my budget is bleeding.
Not sure.
Yeah, man. Sorry, Jones. Don't know what you're trying to say, bro. I still can't get it. Still can't get it around. Anyway, what, Jonathan? That's right, Henry. No more swearing. I'm a changed man. Yeah, right. Yes, right.
We've got Sashwat saying, what concepts do you guys trade? Yeah, so
Basic break, retest, continuations off levels of support and resistance. And Jonathan, put the Telegram on your Instagram, please.
I look more for, I used to be very much support resistance. I very much always like trying to read price action, reading and studying the candles. I use just key liquidity points. I do like using fair value gaps and order blocks, but apart from that, I just try and keep it as simple as possible. Don't need to overdo it with, especially a lot of traders that trade ICT or SMC, they want to try and use everything. It's like, you don't need to just use a few concepts, because that way you can repeat it in your trading over and over again.
Could I get into an ad there? Probably. Thing is, I was adding yesterday and it totally failed on me, but thing is, when you add into positions, it could be, you can either give back a lot of the profits or you can make so much more, man. I love adding into positions, but you have to have momentum onto
Yeah, I love it. I have to have some big balls though, because sometimes I'm holding 2 or 3 positions on one pair for like stacking positions throughout the next week, and then I'm waiting a week for it to all hit TP. So it's difficult for me to do it, but I usually only do it when I feel really confident in the bias, and I feel like it makes sense, and that you're getting further confluences that we're forming them new lows or highs to carry on the trend.
I think that's good. This is, to be fair, I do love Funding Rock when it comes to Trade Locker, when it comes to the risk parameters and stuff. This just does make it a little bit easier.
I found it, very easy to set positions.
Oh fuck! Have I just got market?
Oh no! A limit.
All right, yeah, it was supposed to be a limit. All right, yeah, Funding Rock, guys, super great. Trade Locker, super great. Super. That was just my fault right there.
I'm gonna have to get C Trader on the desktop to see what it's like.
Mate, it's like getting into a brand new car. You've been in, let's say, like a beat down Honda Civic, and then you just get into, I don't know, like a brand new BMW X Series. Trade Locker is good for placing orders. It says the same time as he fucks it up.
Getting roasted today.
Yeah, it's alright. I'll just block him. Ban him from the stream. Okay, so pound coming down.
There we go.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get that TP. Go on.
That's quick.
If I wasn't such a puss, I could have probably added there, and it would have been a nice add into that trade.
This will hit quick, I think. Give it a couple mins.
How's have you done any more into your futures yesterday?
I need to do some today, man. I need to. I like FX Replay. I used it before to backtest. I feel like that's good. They've got futures on there as well, so you can actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a new feature.
It is, because I used to get it when it was the most basic, very beginning, and it weren't quite what it is now. So you're going to get that for a month and then just test out stuff for a month. Well, probably not a month, probably more like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
See what I want to do. as I said, focus on EUGU probably within this time frame now. On the between 15 and 1 minute, find what I like, and then just stick to it. Really, just test out the live.
Yeah, 5 minute is my go-to. To be fair, but everybody's different, you know. I feel like the 1 minute can be a little bit too noisy, just a little bit.
I used to trade 1 minute. I didn't end well.
Oh really? The thing is, because you get so many signals.
There's
so many signals, and it can can take you in and out of position sometimes. But let's see what we get with this. Wow, look at that wick on the pound. Naughty wick, that. Hey, want to know why the price of evaluations are too high compared to other firms? Do you know, mate, I can't speak for other firms, but you get what you pay for.
100%.
That's all I can say.
Always say it. I don't want to get a cheap 100k evaluation for $200. It's not a sustainable thing.
Yeah. You want to get paid out. You want to have all the best. Then, but if you go through somebody like Wilski, or if there's a couple of other of our affiliates and things like that, then you could probably get a little bit of a discount. But again, it's you get what you kind of pay for.
Yeah, that's where the other firms draw you in, though. They offer such huge discounts as well. To me, whenever I've been with so many, and whenever I've gone with ones that have 40, buy one get one free, all of them in the end up just going under. They do.
There was a prop firm not so long ago that there was a time in the past that I was trading with them, and they put risk limitations on me for not even that much risk, and I said, this is a bit dodgy, man. These guys are about 6 months after they're closed.
There you go.
So. And they had cheap, like 40% off sometimes and stuff like that. Like, if a firm is doing discounts 40-50% off, they need cash. They need liquidity, and that's a little bit of a. It's either that they need liquidity or they're trying to get leads. One of the others, just one of them. Let's have a look at the news. So, okay, we've got interest rates, Bank of Canada, CPI on the euro. I don't think that would do much, though.
Nah. Do you prefer MyFXBook or Forex Factory for news?
Nah, MyFXBook. Yeah, they're clean. They're clean. They don't have many mistakes, and they're quite fast.
Sometimes on Forex Factory.
Yeah, looks a little bit like too clunky Forex Factory as well. Let's have a look at them.
I've also found where I've been, like not allowed payouts, been done for not trading a news event. It's usually, it might not show on Forex Factory, but if you go on my book, you'll see it on there.
Oh really? Oh, what, you've had payouts denied because of that stuff?
I have. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I've had all sorts. That's why I do try and stick to prop firms that allow like swing trading, but I would say it's more suited the space just to scalpers, really.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start getting involved in news events, the rules come in.
Yeah. I've been lucky. I've never had that. Never had a problem with a payout.
That's right.
That's probably because I'm in the industry as well. I know
you
just got to look at all the bloody rules.
And there's a lot sometimes.
That's also a red flag.
Too many.
Too many rules. That's why I don't know why you want to go to futures, man. Like, I get it, but I don't get it.
But I've got to explore the space. If I don't like it, I'll find out for myself. I've always been like that. People can give me advice until I try out myself. I ain't listening.
Fair enough. I'll
Yeah.
give you that. I'm like that as well. Like we were talking earlier, and I was like, "Yeah, do you know what? I have to make the same mistake 5 times. I'm actually underrating it. You know, probably like 10 times before I'm like, okay, fine.
That's enough.
Yeah, you burn your whole arm off, not just your hand. So maybe I shouldn't do that again.
Sir Jones, do you see a point of long in GU from Asian highs?
Yeah, probably. I actually see a reason to actually go long. Maybe not right now. We are in an area of demand, but I do feel like we would come maybe down to this level first. I can see a reason why you'd want to be long.
For me, I'm straight up clueless on the lower time frames. Once we go down below, let's say 30, I don't look anything below that at the minute. I'm not that involved. So I have seen many times though, you see EU and GU, they do test. When we're trending, we test, and we always like to pull back into that Asian range before we see that continuation.
So now I'm looking at this. This is a little bit of a put off on my position. The reason being is because we have come into that 50 fib. I didn't realize. So off this leg, we've already hit that area, and it does look like it's actually found support. If we go on to, let's say, 1 minute, you see what I'm saying?
Tap twice.
Yeah. So it's had that test. But let's have a look at the dollar. This is good. This is looking good. That's that kind of strategy that I was telling you about. You have the break above the EMAs, come back straight, hit the 200. Obviously on a 5 minute, it's probably the fastest move. But if it's doing that, then the next place is that up there. But it's got slightly a bit more to do, because you want the EMAs ideally. If you have a look at the 5 minute, all of the EMAs have come together and then they've displaced like that and they've chopped over. On the 15 minute, that still hasn't done it, so it's still got a little bit more to go. But that kind of trade is what I'd be looking at.
Yeah.
When you first started trading, what was the community that you jumped in?
Man. So I jumped in to, he's called Austin Silver. He's still about now. He's an American guy.
Long hair?
Yeah, he's had the long hair, yeah.
That's interesting. He was like AFX something.
ASFX, I think it is.
Yeah.
He used to work for a company called T3 Live, and his membership used to run through them.
Yeah.
Started off with him, and he goes for the pure like black candles. He uses, I think it's like the 8, 20, 50, 100, 200 EMAs. He uses like 5 EMAs.
Yep.
But he traded like intraday. He traded so many different pairs. I did that for a while, and then I just didn't really find myself doing well. And I think looking back, I was just trying to copy, like many traders do. You try and copy someone because they're better than you, and you think they have all the answers. And that's the first lesson I learned in trading after the first few months. That really, if I was going to do this, it had to be sustainable for myself.
Yeah.
Then I went into Raja Banks, Wicks Don't Lie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually quite like Raja. I think I like his trolling us on social media.
So his live stream was really good back in the day, and he's done really well for himself. Fair play, doing the way that he traded the whole support and resistance stuff, and I learned a lot from him. But again, I couldn't really make it work, and I stuck to that for years, like trying to make profit. I just couldn't sustain long-term profitability. So yeah, ended up really just from that point just learning on YouTube. Funny thing, just not even having a mentor, just learning on YouTube. Understanding that I had to learn myself if I was going to make something of it. and ever since just tried to trust my own ability to understand the markets day by day.
Yeah.
On a journey with different mentors.
Yeah, there was a guy called, I think it was Dino Gold Trader or something like that. I can't remember that. I really liked the way that he was trading, and then he did like a PAM and got everybody to invest in it, and then he just blew the whole thing. And I was just like, damn, this industry's savage, man.
Wait, is that Donvo?
Yes.
Donvo, yeah.
Donvo, yeah.
Man, he's got an interesting take on how he trades. He trades the risk to reward he takes is crazy. Yeah, really, really low risk to reward, and he'd go on crazy win streaks. But then there's one loss would just do him in.
So that's the thing. I was like looking at his weight because he would have a take profit. He would get in with like buy stops and sell stops and stuff like that. So he's going in with momentum, and then he would just, after a little bit of profit, because he's got high volume, then he would just close, and he would just be like bang, 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 bang. It was very, very interesting. But there was times when I was listening to his live stream and I was looking at his gold trade, and I was like, yeah, I'm taking the other side of this trade because I just don't feel what he's doing, and sometimes that's what you've got to do. And it turns out, I was right and he was wrong. But he was a very, very good, getting in with momentum and then getting out. Like, he wasn't trying to push trades. He was only looking for base hits each time. Base hits. And that was really, really interesting to see. It's just a shame what happened afterwards.
It was mental because he used to take like 10 pips on gold, and he was in and out of it a minute or 2 minutes. And I think he learnt from Raja Banks as well.
Ah, really?
Yeah, because he started the live streams at the same time as him, and he didn't like it because obviously people go into Donvo instead. He does not like him at all, and I kind of saw that all unfold during a couple of years.
Yeah,
that thing that happened, was it last year or year before? That was crazy. He just disappeared for ages.
Did you see what? Did you see all the stuff that was going on with him? No.
I saw his apology video, which wasn't really an apology. He just carried on doing.
Hey guys, I've just stolen all of your money, but it's all right because I'm gonna come and do it again. Basically.
Yeah. So I don't know what he's doing now. I've not checked up on him in the last few months. I'm sure he's still going.
Let me get Grey Boosh. Alright. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Okay. What is that? 13630. 13630. That'll be fine for now.
So this is on Funding Rock now. GU.
Oh, yeah, but mate, my trading is being garbage on this. As you can see, the equity
Down a few percent.
Yeah, only 5%.
Yeah. So how do you? Because obviously you take the approach. Sometimes you want to go through the challenges fairly quick. So for you, when you go into 5% drawdown on your challenge, you're still chilling.
Yeah, gonna get me into trouble right now. You are, but it depends. If I see a very, very good trade, and I'm taking the evaluation, seriously, and I see a good trade with lots of momentum, then I would put 2-3% risk on it and just get all of that back in one trade. I don't really care, and this is my personal opinion, I don't really care about blowing accounts. Part of business in prop trading. Jonathan and everybody says I'm silly for doing that because they trade very slow and they do that, but I'm more about getting funded as soon as possible. And then once you're on the funded account, then it's time to really take it a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Pick your battles. But I've been trading prop for for a long time. So I've gone like same with you. I'm not going to go for an account that's under 200k anymore.
Yeah,
I don't see the point now. So I would only go for 200k accounts, and yeah, that's it.
fair play. Yeah, for me, I've obviously, I mean, some of my challenges are in drawdown right now. One of them I've got like 2% left. So I've been through these challenges before when you start dropping your risk and you try and segment it out, and that just ends up being a disaster because you got a winning streak and you're risking half what you normally would, and you're still in drawdown. So I've just realised, I don't usually go bigger until like the last trade I've got left, and I can't really make 2 trades out of it. Normal risk. But yeah, I've recently blew a lot more challenges than I previously have ever before. But at the same time, I've had more payouts than I've had ever before as well. So for me, it's tricky.
It's when you win, you want to win big.
You do.
And if you're losing, you want to keep those relatively controlled. So it's just like a lot of the traders that I see is actually the opposite, because when they're winning small, but when they're losing big. So if you're on a roll, and people run hot, there's times where you're running hot in the market and you're winning and your confidence is like ridiculous. Sometimes I will get a little bit bigger than I normally get into positions. But man, trading is just one of those things. It's just everybody's different. Everybody should trade it their own way. Definitely don't listen to what I do and say that's the good way of doing it, because that's just the way I do it.
It's true. The rules are set for you to make your own judgments of how you want to approach the challenge and the fun. It's really up to you.
100%.
The only reason I don't risk too much, like start putting 3% on challenges, is because I'm worried with certain prop firms now. I've heard stuff where they start limiting your risk.
Happened to me.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I don't push it too much. But once you get into drawdown of 5-7% on your challenge, in my head, it's easy just to go back to break even on a new challenge, because then you're in a better place.
Yeah.
Another thing.
Yeah, and sometimes conditions are better. Like sometimes conditions are better. The conditions at the moment are a little bit harder, in my opinion.
I agree.
When Trump first came in, wow, that was just insane, because we're having really volatile moves, and the mean reversion trades were just fantastic. Like they were just super clean, super fast. But that's why I think to be a trader, you've got to be very resilient, and you've got to be able to be a little bit flexible, like with the way that you approach things, and trade what you see and not what you think, which is very difficult, actually, to be fair.
The longer you're on the charts, the harder it is, especially when you're seeing price move.
What did you say? Sorry.
It's harder when you're seeing price move as well, to not trade what you know you should. Instead, you start looking at just things.
What I mean by it as well is, like, if a trade is clearly not going your way, why would you, like, it goes back to the thing that I was saying with you, is like not to play with the position and stuff like that. But I'll give you a good example of what happened yesterday. On pound yen, because I added into this position. It was going well, but so let's say we were up here. So my position was around here. I had one position here, another position, then I added a little bit at the top here while it was pushing out. And on the lower time frames, it started breaking all the EMAs. Now, when it broke all the EMAs here, to me, that should have been the instant sign where it's hit the top of here and it's failed. Should have been the instant sign. Well, to be honest, man, you're trying to push something that
you just know it ain't going to carry on. Yeah, it's
not going to carry on, because if the momentum was going to come through, it would come through right here. And if it hasn't and it's broken down the EMAs, well, that should be a sign that you maybe you should cut it early. So again, being flexible, because sometimes I can turn around and say, I'm not touching a position, set and forget. But there's times as well where you've got to be like, okay, this is not actually working. And especially if you've got 3 positions on that are all add-ins, you've got to probably be a little bit more defensive when it comes to stuff like that. But
I definitely will exit. I don't go break even ever, but I will, if I deem the position to be invalid, I will get out of it.
what would be a setup then that would show me on your chart, like what would invalidate one of your setups?
Okay. Usually it would have to be something significant. So a lot of my trading is purely based off the weekly time frame, and if the weekly decides that it's not going in my direction and I'm still in position somehow, that would give me an exit signal. I'm trying to think of a time that I've closed out in the last few months that has ended up running. Probably more on EU. I can't really think on the top of my head, but it would usually be, firstly, I'd be in the position for maybe, let's say, a week already, and
Wow.
I'm still not pushing any further into profit, or it's hovering around entry. And then I'd usually only analyze it on the weekend. I'd go on the weekend and I'd say, from the previous week, is there clear signs that we are not continuing? And if that is the case, then I'm getting out. And then I'm always happy to reposition myself back in once the confirmations. So sometimes traders will think I can't get out because it's going to mean that I can't get back in again. But you can. But if it may be just going to be at more of a favourable price.
Is this a weekly time frame that we're looking at now?
I'm on daily right now.
That's a daily, isn't it? So clean.
It has been clean. I've been trying to sell it in all of this area. And to be fair, I've probably, based on looking back, I would probably say I probably missed the position on Friday morning, or at least Thursday. Once we pull back, we had an opportunity, multiple times really. We took Asian low here, we took Asian low here. That was really my play to probably get in, and looking back, I've missed it, but I was still too heavily bearish on it. I don't know why, looking back. Just got caught out in the range. You can see it's still overall giving us some nice higher highs and higher lows. So
I could understand why you would look at it bearish though, because now we can see it's like continued and broken and completed the pattern. But if we took away like half of that price action from the last couple of weeks, it then looks like it's broken structure, retesting that 50 fib, and then it could potentially push down. So to be fair, I could understand why you would think that could, and especially because it's a very impulsive push down. It's not like
it was quick.
It's quick, yeah. So it's like I could definitely see why you would think that. But then I think after that kind of consolidation and that build up, then it would be like, it's a hard one. That's the thing with ranges. You don't know what's going to happen because you've got orders on both sides, and at the end of the day, it just depends of what catalyst, good or bad, pushes it to either like to the next side. So you can't really know until it's already happened. That's the only thing with trading. You've got a set amount of percentage that you could win and set amount of percentage you could lose, and that's just the way it is.
Exactly. My mistake in here, even though like you can see like daily leg was bearish at the time, took out the high until literally really broke it yesterday. Where I went wrong is I took, and looking back, I can't believe it. I took 6 L's in that spell. In between.
In that range?
Because I kept thinking there was going to be a time where we would short, and I've made the mistake before previously, and again seem to have to learn the hard way. And I just really should have, after 2 or 3 losses, gone right. I'm going to reevaluate this. If we are ranging, I'm going to wait to see what we need to see to get in.
That's fairly normal. I in ranges, my account gets eaten up. My account gets eaten up in ranges because you're getting so many signals, and you're like, okay, now it's fine, it's coming back my way. Okay, it's back on, the momentum's in there, but then it just continues, and the majority of people get smashed in ranges. That's just how it is.
battered, yeah, got absolutely battered the last couple of months, and now it's important. I've obviously, you can see EUs and GUs very bullish on the high time frame, so got to keep that narrative for the minute and not get too caught up in what's happening too lower time frame, especially for how I trade, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I think there's going to be a time where I'm going to have to transition into higher time frames. And I would probably want that as well, because I spend so much time on the charts, and it gets to the point where, you know what, I actually want to enjoy do other things, but when you're just like constantly on the chart looking and staring and managing like positions on a daily, on a intraday basis, it could be quite exhausting, man. Sometimes I get home and I'm done.
You feel, mentally
no mental span to do anything, you know. That's why I have to go to the gym in the morning, because I know if I get home in the evening, I'm not doing anything because my brain is like battered.
Yeah, you can get fried so easily. That's why I say to a lot of traders that are still working a job, try and work around your job. Whether that means you can trade 2 hours in the morning before work, or you can just set limits that's what I do. Set limits in the morning and then see out the day. And then that way, it's worked really well for me. And the way I want to envision it is, if you want to be a full-time trader, do you want to be trading London and New York? You're going to be on 6 hours a day. You're just working a job at that point.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Some people do like doing that, and that's fair enough. But for me, I'd rather be in a few hours a day, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't mind making it a job, but I have a tendency in my job in general, it doesn't matter if it's trading or, you know, operations and doing marketing and all of this kind of stuff, I tend to overwork. Like, I'm a workaholic, man. That's all I like to do. My life is just work. So it'd be nice to have a little bit of balance. Okay, let's see if if it breaks this little bit of support that's found. We said we were going to get you a giveaway sorted as well.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll do a little bit like we did with Denzel.
Yeah, cool.
So we can get that sorted today. So everybody in here as well, you'll be able to take part in that.
Definitely a good opportunity for traders to try out the platform.
Yeah, definitely, especially when, you know, it's trying to get people to come on to Trade Locker.
That's the hardest thing, I think.
It's the hardest thing, and I know it's the hardest thing, because, you know, it's when you've got your own platforms and you already got everything set up and everything is organized, then to go onto a new platform is kind of annoying. But just to get traders just to feel, you know, the execution, the spreads, just how everything works is important as well. Because as soon as we get C Trader, which is going to be in the next couple of weeks, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
For me anyway, it'll be a game changer, because then I can just trade everything from one terminal. Just experiment with going up a few time frames to the 30 and the 1 hour. I think the 1 hour is a good time frame. I think the 1 hour is clean, to be honest.
The 1 hour is good.
Yeah, 1 hour is super clean. Is this holding? If I get rid of everything and just clean, like the 1 hour is just very clean chart. Gives the best out of gold as well. Hold on a second. Gold's pushed down quite nicely.
Just requires a bit more patience than the lower time frames, but you do get good setups in the 1 hour still, quite often.
Definitely. I see with this, the reason why I wouldn't want to be going short anywhere in this, because we've just broken up the highs and coming into just areas of high support as well. So I just wouldn't want to short gold. You open up your short, Alex? No, I actually opened up the short on GU instead. The short on EU would have been up here, but I got a bit impulsive and just got into the short here on GU instead.
It's been a bit slow since we come on.
Yes. This is what's been happening though, isn't it? It's like the morning, the open, there's a little like nice impulse, you know, it starts pushing and then it just like dies off. And then New York opens and then we've got momentum again. It's just like, might as well just sack off London. USD.
So you have times where London's moving clean and then it's next couple of months it's New York.
Yeah, I always used to enjoy trading just primarily New York. Then again, it doesn't really matter if the setup shows itself. And okay, so somebody said USD yen. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good on the pound. I think we're good on dollar for now. Yeah. Wow, look at CHF. Look at that, man.
Man.
This is where I got caught a lot in these in this bit of price action.
A whole month.
Yeah, this is interesting because I was also catching this, which was really nice. But then I thought, okay, we've had a break of all of this structure. You know, I thought this was going to be a continuation, but it didn't. It was just consolidation to then come back down, you know. But on a daily as well, that just looks super clean, you know. Comes back into a 50 fib, consolidates for like a whole month, and then just pushes down.
It's just the inverse of what EU looked like, really. Just chopped and then it
decided. Yeah, basically, yeah. That's all it is. Can you see a certain side better than, like, can you see longs better than shorts or shorts better than longs, or do you're totally objective?
I'd say a little bit more easier for buys because what I trade tends to trend upwards a little bit more. The sells, like I've been getting caught out on sells, just not getting it right.
Yeah,
they seem to be a bit easier.
Yeah, I have to, for a lot of sells, I have to invert my chart just to get like a little bit of an understanding, just to see if it's because I see longs much better than I see shorts. There you go. I was thinking today, people do say summer months aren't great for trading, and looking back on August, most things were just ranging, which checks out. Wait, Alex is fading me. You're shorting my long. That's, you know, you've won against me before, Jones, so I wouldn't be worried, mate. I would not be worried.
Just coming back to that with the summer months, I've always had the problem with summer months that trading's not been as good. Yet I don't know if it's just down to me. If I've already programmed that in my head that it's gonna be bad, then is it just more chance of me actually making it bad? Could be. That's what don't want to get stuck in that mindset of every summer month. It's just shocking when there's traders that have done well. That 100% there's traders that have done really, really well in their month. So
that's the thing. That's what I love about trading, because it's a zero-sum game. When somebody's winning, you're losing, and it's like somebody that, I don't know, when markets are very volatile and trendy, that they're losing their ass.
Yeah.
So
depends what trader you are.
Again, yeah, it definitely does. Anyway, guys, we've been on here for about 50 minutes. Thank you very much for joining us.
Cheers, guys.
Wilski, we're going to get you sorted with a giveaway soon, so keep an eye either on the Discord, Telegram, Instagram, all of these different places, because I'm going to put the link on my Instagram. Wilski will obviously put his on his, and you go in. We'll probably do around about 10 accounts, the same as before. We'll do 7 5K accounts and then 3 10K accounts, and we will release those next Monday. So you've got a full week to make sure that you've done all the things on there. So I'll update you all with that, and Wilski obviously will update you all with from his side, and that is it.
Wicked. Sounds good.
See you later, guys.
Okay, guys. Have a good day.
Bye.